Here on Guilty by Association's podcast, we are shedding light on life experiences from our own guilty flaws, lessons learned, and still learning as men and taking a positive outlook from negative circumstances. Blended with tackling hot topics impacting us in our communities today, GBA is about making moves. We will be diving deep and shedding light on important social issues that keep you in motion. So come take a ride with us through this thing called life, with exciting discussions and interviews that will be brutally honest and fun. As you enjoy, remember that you will be guilty by associations.
Most of the problems in life are because of two reasons. We act without thinking, or we keep thinking without reacting. All right, what's going on, good peoples?
What's good, man?
What's up?
Man, it's been a minute.
It's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you.
Yeah, man, you're right about that. It's April already.
Yeah, man.
Yo, time is flying, yo.
This
This the first episode of the new year, yo.
A lot has happened so far this year. War,
Yeah.
gas prices. Another thing we gonna touch on.
A lot of stuff.
Exactly. Well, let me reintroduce myself. I'm Alexander.
I'm Big Mike.
I'm El Boogie.
All right. So today's topic, fellas, is look before you leap. I like that. Look before you leap. That's a good one.
Yeah.
What's y'all? I know we got to do our homework. So would anybody want to start their homework off for the new year? You want to go first at it? Or before we get started, we got to talk about your mans in them.
Yes.
Well, even before we do that, I want to give a shout out to a former guest we had on the show, Lady B. She's in recovery right now. I believe for a kidney surgery, or she's needing a donation. But thankfully we found out she found a donor. She did find a donor, and we're thankful that she is recovering. We'll give a shout out. She was on our episode, Why Don't Ladies Want a Good Man? That was last year. I'm not sure what episode number it was, but for our listeners, if you want to go back and check that out, it was a great episode. A lot of energy, Lady B. We got a lot of hope and prayer for you out there. We know it's the family. We just want to give a shout out to her and let her know she's not alone. So
no doubt. And I'll make sure I put I definitely prayers to you, and I'll make sure I put the link in the description too.
Yes, one of my great memories is when we had our first meeting with her, and she was just ready to get this show popping.
Oh yeah,
that's Lady B, man. She's always on it. That's auntie right there for me. So we definitely got you in our prayers, and
no doubt,
I'm praying you get well soon. Definitely. All right. So with that being said, rolling in 2022. This man.
There's only one thing we should start.
Will Smith.
There we go. We gotta get on Smack.
Born and raised.
Come on now, Smack. We got to talk about that.
Where my clap at?
It's one of these things. Should he look before he leaped? And I guess we're gonna get each one of our opinions, but
yeah,
you want to go first?
That is the best segue into this episode. I mean, I don't know. For me, when I think about it, I think it's actually deeper than Chris Rock.
Oh, definitely.
I think it's something that I don't know Will Smith personally or their family, anything like that. But my impression from the way it was presented, the way he did, I thought he was not professional. But I get it. When you had a breaking point. But I was just disappointed. I was surprised like everybody else. But I think it was deeper than Chris Rock, though.
Yeah, I think so too. You don't just do that on national TV. Especially at the icon status you're at. On the public platform like the Oscars. you know, you it's known for big events to happen during the Oscars, but now that's what his legacy is. Now he got an Oscar the same night he tripped out. Yeah,
and he worked so hard, man, to get that, man. If that smack wouldn't have happened, man, we would probably be talking about, man, Will finally got his, you know.
It did take away from the moment.
It soured it,
and you know, and then I hated that it was was this like if I stand corrected, the first like black
black brother was
producer or director or something like that.
His name is Will Packer.
And so now, you know, what about the conspiracy theory that he waited on to a black producer come in to decide to act the fool?
Man, I'm just gonna get his opinion, man. It's like he snapped, and it was from everything, and Chris was the recipient of that. I mean, I could talk into some personal situations where people having family issues, and you know, and they find somebody to blame, and you know, I've been the blame of certain stuff, and it's like they're mad at me just being the messenger, and I've learned that. But I felt where he was coming from. Now, don't get me wrong, he was wrong, but I felt where he was coming from because, like I said on a previous show, you know, I moved around a lot, so I've dealt with the bullying, and then one day it's just like, yo, I don't care if I'm outnumbered, I'm not having it no more. If I got to get my It took me some butt whoopings to not get picked on no more. You know, and it took me to whoop some asses to not get picked on no more. I've seen both of the ends, and man, you could tell from his speech, man. The brother, the way he was crying, and the brother need help, man. The brother need everybody flipping. Kanye, Will,
they going bonkers, man. Just that money, man.
But look, all that money, still no peace. That's sad, man. All that money,
man. But being in the spotlight, but he was wrong. And I don't really think Chris even. A lot of people need to stop too. Y'all didn't know about that she had alopecia. Y'all didn't know. Some of us know.
I didn't know.
Knew, but I don't think
I didn't know.
Even Chris was like, "What the heck?" But man, he tended to cursing afterwards, man, and the whole crowd was looking at him like, "What the hell?" Will,
that's the part. That's the part that got me. That's the part that really disappointed me, man. When you gonna try to be in the audience, when you trying to be Pac or something?
Yeah,
I ain't trying to go there. I'm not trying to go there.
Let's keep it real. You know, I'm just saying. Most of our minds when he did it. He was like, "Okay, Pac coming out now."
But I just think that I also thought it was disrespectful for the simple fact that I thought that Will knew he sized up Chris Rock. He knew he could get away with it. You know what I mean? It was obvious. No man gonna turn around from another man and strut and pop your collar and walk up and then snapping you in the audience, man. Come on, man. You do
try that with a big bra like Joe Torre. You know,
exactly.
Joe would have the mic down like, oh, for real.
So look,
try that with Mike Epps or something.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Let me flip this now. What do you think about Chris's reaction?
I think he handled it well, but he's still kind of stained because now you still got a few people like, yo, he went out like a sucker.
A few people. Oh,
but but to me personally, I think he handled it very well because if he would have fought, he would have been messing it up for other people's moments. To get the Oscar and man, Chris Rock is dang near 60 years old, man. You know,
true. But both of them, all of them on their 50s.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of that, ain't nobody smacking me, yo. I don't care what platform. I don't care. That's
for a man, that's the ultimate.
That's the ultimate, man. That man smacked him on TV. I don't care. You ain't gonna smack me on the corner, on TV, in private, in public. That's not happening. It could be some French.
That made me feel like colonial time, man. You take a glove and just smack. You know what I'm saying?
Then he went up there. Denzel told me at your highest moments when the devil comes from you. Denzel had that face like, yo, I gave you advice, but don't put me in this nigga.
Hey, look, I'm trying to help you out. This calm down.
I'm trying to help you out, but I ain't saying I can. This devil ain't had nothing to do with this one, player.
Right.
You know, but I don't know, man. I just think right now he needs to work. Everything starts within. You got to work within your household. I ain't gonna get into why I think it happened. I mean, I think we can talk offline about that one, but.
Well, we know what it is.
Yeah, he needs to handle some business inside of his home, and I just think it was all the man. He's been the butt of jokes for about 2 years, man.
Yeah,
his meme me replace Mike's, man. The Queen Mike Jordan joint, man.
Yeah, he's been out there for a minute, man. And I mean, I know he snapped, so I get it. But I just think it wasn't right, though. I think I just thought he knew Chris wasn't going to do that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he picked the right one. He picked the
right one.
Yeah,
he picked the right one, man. So,
boy, if he would have slapped Dave Chappelle, Dave would have went off and still said a joke, because he has no filter.
Nah, it would have went straight to commercial.
Yeah, man, he would have been like, "Well, you ain't do that to August."
Right. Right.
Oh man, so. I kind of feel sorry for him, man, because I know that brother's in pain, bro.
Yeah, definitely got to keep him in prayers. But so back to our topic.
Yes, sir.
Look before you leap. Right. Look before you leap. Like Will should have looked before he leaped, but you know what I'm saying. But I thought it was an interesting topic, man. It's kind of like, for me, when I started thinking about this topic, automatically I'm thinking from an entrepreneur mindset. So from an entrepreneur mindset, you have to be prepared to leap on anything in life. So that's a requirement. Like, that's one-on-one, entrepreneur one-on-one. You gotta have faith and be able to leap. So I'm mighty familiar with this topic about leaping.
Yes. Especially at this age.
Yeah. And that's where it makes a difference, though. You leap when you're younger, you got more room for mistakes and things of that nature. But when you get older, you can't leap, as much as you used to.
A lot of people think we move slower because we've aged, physical, but maybe it's mental. We learned, like, hold on now, it's more. The wound can hurt a little bit more. You make some bad mistakes at this age. I mean,
right.
Just think somebody going to jail at 25 to 28 ain't that bad, but shoot, you 47 to 50, that might be a little bit.
yeah.
That's gonna be crucial.
Yeah, man. So, but I'm glad we picked this topic as well.
So I know our homework was, who wants to start off first with their first leap? Did I say I was going to do it, or?
Yeah. Or I'll go first. It don't matter.
Leap into it, Big Mike. Hey.
Yeah. It's going on the topic of what you said. Entrepreneur. There's a lot of stuff I wish I would have, examined a little bit more. But one of my main ones was at the current place that I was at. I was just tired of doing what I was doing, and I went to another department. And it's like, soon as I left the department that I was at, opportunities started opening. The pay went up.
Wow.
Yeah, the pay went up like about 15 to 20,000, and I'm like,
wow.
Oh,
wow.
And most of the people that I've trained ended up going on to do better things. And where I was at, it was harder to make moves at. And I was just, if I would have stuck it out a little bit more, my career would be a little bit further. That's one of my biggest mistakes. But it was the right move at that time.
Wow.
But I didn't know how that long run was going to turn out.
But I'm saying, did that role though, Big Mike? Did that role? All those increases and everything that happened in that role, is it because you left and then they decided to bump it up, or it was just that you just left too early before they started giving more?
I left too early before they started giving more. But even then, I'd been in that department for like about 3 years, but it wasn't showing no upper movement. But then management changed a couple of times. Other departments got bigger. That was a level up. So. And man, all those people that I train, man, they're probably making a good 30,000 more than me right now, man. So
wow.
I'm happy for them, but it's like you show a little bit of resentment towards yourself. But a homeboy of mine who's a manager, he told me that I've known for years, man. He's mentored me a lot, and he told me, man, you can't beat yourself down for that, man. That was the right decision for you at that time. He said, really, some of them lucked up,
right. So. Yeah, it's all about what you, you at the moment it was the right decision. Yeah. So so.
And like I was telling L Bug, before we started the show, we have to learn too to give ourselves credits of some of the right decisions we have made too. Yeah. We tend to always forget the bad ones, but remember, there's some situations that you did examine, you did look before you leaped, and it saved you. And you go back and you're like, man, glad I got out of that situation.
Yeah. Right.
Right. She showed me our true colors early. I'm glad that job told me no, because it ended up going out of business, so.
Right. I know, well, for me, I know my leap, like you said, so we have a list of them, but for me, and again, someone who believes in taking leaps anyway, I would say my first marriage, actually. You know what I'm saying? This is not no shade or no hate or anything like that, no negative, because I felt like it was a learning lesson for me. Mm-hmm. And I honestly feel like it prepared me for my wife now, or my family now. So I got to a place where I just accepted as, as a learning opportunity, right? Or as a learning lesson. But the mistake I made was, taking marriage for granted. Basically, and just leap right in it just for, what I mean? And then what I learned from that is the importance of understanding, who you want to see their family, you want to see their relatives, see how they are around their family. You really want to know who your partner's going to be.
Yes.
Then just, let's get married. You know what I'm saying? So I regret that I took that leap. Because I think I didn't do it, correctly the first time, but it was a learning lesson. You know what I'm saying? So we was divorced just as fast as we got married.
How old were you when you got married to your first marriage?
I think I was like 25, something like that.
I'm glad you said something about the families too, because, and I'm sure y'all heard this. A lot of guys will say sometimes, before you marry that woman, watch out. It's very important that she had a father figure in her life. And sometimes that don't mean nothing. They could have been married to their moms for 20-something, 30-something years, but he could have been miserable the whole time. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it is important to look at family trees, look at their views of marriage. I've never been married, but I'm for marriage, but
right.
I do want to learn your perspective on that. I'm glad you shared.
Yeah. Because that was because for one thing, that the big thing that came out of that marriage, again, for both of us, I would like to believe, is that those are one of those moments, those moments in time where it was where I found God. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, he brought me out of that situation. So that was the blessing out of it. You know what I mean? That it was a learning lesson, you know what I'm saying? It was it was growth, basically, so, but yeah, what about you, L Book?
Well, I was thinking about a couple of different scenarios, but I think the most relevant one to me was something recently. So I know I told you guys I had a job opportunity that presented itself for me relocating. And of course, when you relocating out of a city you're not, familiar with, it wasn't out of state, but it was out of the city. And so I wanted to do my research on it. All right, so what I'm going to do, places to live, cost of living, things of that nature. But I'm very glad that I did look before I leaped, because it would have been a bad situation. Because after I did my research and found out what the job opportunity entailed, it was not what they told me it was going to be. So they said it's going to do one thing. Then find out it was going to be like 3 different things I wasn't used to. In the city, there was a cost of living was almost twice where I'm at right now. So I'm like, then they couldn't even confirm how much the raise would be for me to move. There was a lot of factors. And like you said, Mike, earlier about your age. So if I was younger, I would have jumped on the opportunity. Like, I'm out. I'm gone. Biggest city. I know they're going to give me some money. I wouldn't even done the research. I would have just jetted. But being the age I'm at now and, life experiences will it'll fine tune you. So I said, let me check into this. I checked, I did my research on the housing and did my research on this and that. And it worked out better for me not to take the job opportunity. It worked out to my favor. So actually, when I decided not to go, it was like a stress reliever. I was, less anxious. And then on top of that, it was cool for my family because my parents live less than an hour from me. So if I was to move, I would have been close to 3 hours away from them. So I think it was a big benefit for all of us, for me to stay where I'm at, keep pushing along, but it was just a great life lesson not to jump into it. That's why this topic was pretty cool, that, to look before you leap, because in your younger years, like you were saying earlier, Alexander, when you're a lot younger, young and dumb, as they say, you jump into a whole lot of stuff. So on the flip side of that, when I was younger, it was things I did. I didn't look, I just leaped. I was just jumping in it, blind, feet first. A lot of stuff that I had no business doing. Lost money, lost time, lost, friendships. There's a lot of stuff you just doing stuff blatantly, without thinking. So I think life, but you know what? The sad thing is some people, as they get older, they don't change. And that's a problem. Because, some people, whether it be male or female, they're still stuck. We got a running joke, say it's not the 90s. Some people are stuck in that mentality their heyday is every day. Like, they still living in their heyday. And I know for certain this is not my heyday. My heyday was back when I was younger with a head full of hair. Couldn't tell me nothing. Fresh cut, good to go. But now, for me, my heyday is in front of a television, remote control, bills paid. I'm good. Family is doing well. That's my heyday. But some people, they do not get any better. They're stuck in that mentality that, hey, I'm still living in your prime. And you got to accept. Everybody has to accept their limitations. You got to embrace them. You got to know what they are, because otherwise you can clown yourself. Because there's people out there running around still living like they're 20. And that's not going to work. You just sit your old behind down.
It's not the 90s.
Not the 90s, yo.
And the thing is, too, at this age, too, is like you definitely got to look before you leap. But you can't wait around for a lot of stuff, too. That's where that balance comes in. Like, I know some people personally, they might even hear this, but I'm telling the truth that, during when the checks was coming in for COVID and, the reliefs and all of that, and they waited around to be looking for jobs. Now they're scrambling, it came back to bite them. And, I'm going to tell you one thing too, that a lot of times I wished I would have looked before I leave. So, man, helping certain people, man, can. I mean, there's there's a couple of people, man, I wished I never helped, man. I mean, if I knew you was gonna do me dirty like that, man, like, man, if I knew he was gonna fall out like that, it's like, but that's part of the game, though. That's you learn I pay for my tuition,
And that's it. As a matter of fact, that's I was just watching a episode of what's that All the Smoke with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. Their podcast, and they got Damon Dash on there, and it was really good though. Dame, say what you want to say. Dame is a hustler, man.
Dame is one of the smartest in the game, man.
He's a genius, man.
Just burnt some bridges, man. But he's one of the smartest. But you can clearly see he helped Jay out a lot, and even Biggs gave it up to him on Drink Champs. Biggs said, man, Dane was the visionary, man. Great mind, man. But you got to be able to relate to people, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Dane was snap, boy.
Quick. He ain't got no patience. Well, I guess we could wrap it up here. If there's no other leaps you want to talk about.
Well, it's some leaps I ain't gonna put on the air.
Yeah.
There's something that just can't get,
I mean, I've just
and from age, that's experience not to say that. If I was younger and dumber, I'd tell it all.
I mean, like I said with the helping thing, read between the lines, man. It's like I've had some fallout with there's some friends I wish I wasn't the messenger to tell them like, yo, man, better watch your girl, man. And then they find out then I'm the problem. I'm like, what? I was just why aren't you checking her? Why aren't you married?
Right.
So it's I do want to talk to the youth though, man. It really goes out to you, man. I mean, we've just said this before, man. Like one mistake, man, can just might follow you to our age, man. And I mean, we've all got those one mistakes that we made that's gonna probably follow us, to the grave. But I know one.
I got quite a few steps. You know what I'm saying?
I know one mistake I'm not gonna make though. I'm gonna always be there I'm always gonna be there for my mother though. And
there you go.
Always. But my learning lesson, I would say from my leap was what I took away from that is that how important it is to make sure that something that my dad actually dropped a jewel to said to me was that. Yeah, Mr. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Yeah.
That's my man's in them right there.
Big guy in the building. You know what I'm saying? So, but you want to make sure that you connect spiritually, emotionally, physically, mentally. You want to make sure you have all those connections. You know what I'm saying, with your significant other. I mean, that's what you want to look for. Mm-hmm. May not get all of it, but you want to try to get as many as you can. You know what I'm saying?
These youngers need to realize too, yo, man, you bagging them chicks now. I mean, we can, I can still hold my own, but shoot, as for like no woman's perfect, but I do got some regrets. Like, dang, man, I could have had a family with this one, man. And I looked at some exes, boy. Yo. I ain't gonna give her props to my ex. I ain't gonna say which ex, but I looked at
which ex.
I ran across an ex from high school. I'm like, damn, still fine, boy. I was like, all right, let me do these sit-ups a little bit more. In case I run into her. Like, nah, you ain't gonna outdo me,
Okay, motivation.
Yeah, man.
Oh man. So man, this is another classic, man. This so there's nothing else, anything else? El Boog?
Nah, man.
Any last?
Nah. Only thing I can say though to all our listeners, I know it's our first episode. I wanted to apologize, not just for myself, but hey, we're a little behind schedule because it's April. You know what I'm saying? We should have a couple episodes under our belts at present, but because of life and things going on, we got a little rerouted, but we back. Yeah. We back.
A lot of things popped off at the beginning of the year, man. These businesses went full speed ahead. Like, okay, playtime's over. COVID's winding down. Let's work the heck out of them. And we got sidetracked, but we still with y'all, man, and want to hear some suggestions. And I really hope we get a lot of feedback on this one because I want to, man. Our listeners, post what you wish you would have looked before you leaped on, Yeah,
that'd be cool to get some feedback on that. Yeah, maybe on part 2, we can get some feedback and review what the listeners put out there.
Yes.
That would be cool to rewind that and put it out there.
And do that, man. That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. Well, make sure you like and subscribe, share. So on that note, I'm Alexander.
I'm Big Mike.
Mel Boogie.
We in the building.